Have you ever lost a game of ones that you know you should have won? I know I have. This might be because of your kickoffs. Just quickly, first of all, I wanted to apologize for not uploading last week, as this video took a lot longer than expected. If you want to keep updated with this series, make sure to scroll down and hit the subscribe and notification buttons, as 95% of you aren't subscribed already. I'm going to try as hard as I can to upload on Fridays at 3 PM EST, but if it's a little bit later or I skip a week, I just want to apologize, as these videos take a little while to produce. Alright, that's enough talking, let's get into it. Kickoffs are one of the most vital parts of 1v1s. I have won plenty of games against opponents who are better than me just by having a good kickoff. This is because if you win it, it goes straight into one player's half with both of you having low boost. This leads to a lot of easy goals, as for the person who loses the kickoff, it's extremely difficult to recover quick enough to save a well placed shot on net. This video is intended from players anywhere from the beginner levels of silver to the high champs looking to push into grand champ. I have categorized kickoffs as offense, as if you practice them enough you can gain an attacking advantage over the opposing player. Most goals scored in ones are kickoff goals, as they give a massive advantage to whoever wins the 50-50, but as most of you know, 50s aren't actually random. The 50 can be controlled by good positioning and reading your opponent's hit. There are a lot of videos on how to do kickoffs, so I'm going to go further in depth than those videos did and share my accumulative knowledge from trying out a lot of kickoffs in my time playing. Kickoffs are one of the things I've practiced the most to help me win in 1v1s. We're going to go over useful kickoffs for each rank, but be sure to watch all of them if you want to go above and beyond, or even if you're high ranked, as going back over the old kickoffs you've done could even help improve your current kickoff, as it can highlight errors in the kickoff you use at the moment. Make sure to stick around for the whole video, because after I talk about how to do each kickoff, I'll go over common mistakes with kickoffs and how to fix them. Also, I'm going to go over multiple different ways to improve on those mistakes and how to train to get your kickoffs down. I'll also go into how to flip into the ball correctly and win nearly every single 50 in your kickoff. And then finally, we'll go over what to do after your kickoff to make sure that you will score or not get scored on. First of all, we're going to go over what not to do. Do not sit in the goal for the kickoff. I have seen so many people do this, but it almost never works. You have a much better chance at scoring if you just go for the kickoff using even just a simple kickoff. The next thing not to do is just driving straight at the ball without flipping. This uses all your boost to gain your speed, and you will get to the ball quicker by flipping. This kickoff may work at bronze, but at higher levels you will almost always lose using this kickoff. Right before we hop into free play, make sure to turn off unlimited boost so you have a realistic simulation of a kickoff in game. The first kickoff I recommend is useful at around the silver to gold rank in ones. This kickoff is just a simple front flip towards the ball at the beginning of the kickoff, and then flipping into the ball once you land. This is much faster than just driving at the ball and will provide you with a good setup for the kickoffs at future ranks. Okay, so here's the first kickoff. This one's pretty simple. What you need to do is just hop into free play without unlimited boost. You'll spawn. So basically, you just wanna flip in towards the ball and flip into it at the end. Sorry if the gameplay is not the best. Like, just got on. So basically, just flip towards the ball, getting the boost pass, and then just flip into the ball at the end. After these, I'm going to talk about how to flip into the ball how to flip into the ball to win the 50s. So on this kickoff, you want to boost like towards the ball, pick up that boost, and then drive into it. That wasn't the best example. I'm going to collect the edge of that boost and then flip into it at the end. You're going to click that boost pattern. Diagonal kickoff, you just want to drive forward while boosting, do that, and then flip into the ball. Facing towards the ball is good, but also you can, if I go back, you can face where it starts at the beginning and then come around and do a flip. And the final kickoff is just a straightforward kickoff, and basically you just boost, flip, boost, and then you'll flip into the ball at the end. I didn't flip, but it was, yeah. So that's how to do the simple kickoff, the first one. Next one is definitely a lot better though, so I'd recommend this one if you're just lower rank and trying to get something that can just outpace your opponents, and yeah. The second kickoff I recommend is good for the gold to the plat ranks in ones. This is a diagonal flip towards the ball and a flip into the ball at the end. With this kickoff you can boost through some of the kickoff, and is also faster than the previous kickoff. Another benefit of this one is you can serve generally around 14 boost, which is useful for recoveries. So this next kickoff, basically it's a diagonal flip. I haven't done this one in a while, so I'm not going to be the best at it. So what you do is on the kickoff, you'll boost towards the ball, you'll drive, like for this kickoff on the right, you'll drive to the left, and you'll flip diagonally right. What this does, it mirrored on the left side, so you drive right and then flip left. What this does is basically you can serve that boost and you can just flip into the ball at the end. You'll have a lot of boost at the end, and you'll be able to use it to flip into the ball faster with more power, or just to recover. And then on this kickoff, you just want to boost until you're about halfway, and then do the diagonal flip. Sometimes it can be hard to get the diagonal flip down. You kind of just you might like side flip or go too far to one side, but practicing is important because consistency is key. You just want to get these down. This is probably the most important one. It's a bit more important than the simple front flip, and yeah, that's the diagonal flip kickoff. It's pretty useful. It's probably the best one for. You can even use it at the higher ranks, but like there are faster kickoffs. The third kickoff here is the side flip kickoff. This kickoff is good for the plat to diamond ranks. Now, this kickoff is going to be the most controversial one, but I do believe it's useful as I use this kickoff quite a lot to prepare myself for the next kickoff. This kickoff has its upsides and sets you up for the next kickoff, which is the fastest kickoff in the game. With this kickoff, you can boost through the entire kickoff, which is just only a little bit slower than the last kickoff, but it will set you up for that next kickoff, which is the fastest one. I haven't ever seen this kickoff before in a YouTube tutorial, but I definitely think it is good to practice this. Okay, so this third kickoff here, the side flip. This one definitely controversial. I think a lot of people aren't going to agree with me with this one, but just make sure to stick around through this, because like this is a good recovery for the next kickoff, and it's not actually that slow. It's basically you just use all your boost in a side flip towards the ball. It's similar to the diagonal flip, but you side flip. Like it's kind of strange. Don't see a lot of people doing it much. Don't really see anyone do it or talk about it, but I found it's a good backup for when I'm trying to do the next kickoff and I mess it up. I can just side flip. Like if I mess up the setup, or I'm just not really feeling like I'm gonna hit it. So yeah, I'll go a bit more in depth. Each kickoff, so the diagonal one, you want to go about to the same place as the diagonal flip kickoff, and then just like you want to go a bit more to the side so you can side flip, because in a side flip you can boost through the entire thing, which is actually a good tip for when you're trying to get back on defense or something, because you can just take these pads and then you can boost the entire time on the flip and recover quickly to make a save. I use it to get around the field a bunch. It's really useful. You can do it with like hardly any boost. But yeah, it's also useful for a kickoff. You generally want to flip a little bit sooner, so when you do get to the ball, you get the flip on it, because otherwise it'll just be like that if you wait too long, then you just don't get the flip. It can work, can not work. Generally I wouldn't use this in like an actual game, probably just use the diagonal flip, but do learn this one because it'll set you up. If you get this one consistent, the next one will be pretty easy. The fourth kickoff is the Musty Speedflip kickoff. I'm sure you've all seen this one before. This kickoff is extremely hard to learn and is going to be mechanically challenging for anyone under the Diamond to Champion range. This kickoff works by cancelling the original diagonal flip, which keeps the car facing up the entire time. This is why the side flip kickoff is useful, as that also has your car facing up the entire time. By practicing the side flip kickoff, you can see how the car works and how to land. Side flip kickoff is also useful because if you mess up the speed flip, you can sometimes even make it work still as a side flip kickoff. Good thing about this kickoff is that it is the fastest kickoff in the game and you will nearly always beat the opponent to the ball. You don't even have to hit it around the defender like Musty does. You can also go for a 50 and win most of the time because you have that first touch on the ball. So the fourth and final kickoff is the Musty Speedflip kickoff. You may think that it's only done in the corners, but it actually is can be done in every single kickoff position. It's quite complicated, so this one's going to go a bit more in depth. So how it works is when you do a diagonal flip, you basically when you pull the stick in the opposite direction, and that cancels the flip. Like for example, in a half flip, you back flip, but you cancel it. It's pretty much the same thing, just diagonal, and it makes your car kind of spin, like. So it's kind of hard to get down. Like that was a pretty good speed flip. It'll make your car spin like that. So it can, yeah, as I said before, it can use the Musty way, where you hit it around and into the goal or something, or it can be used like to just like with a 50. Like if you can get there and you can go for a 50, you'll probably get the first touch and you'll win the 50. If you have good positioning, which I will be going into right after this, how to do a 50 right, and yeah, so that's pretty much the speed flip. You can do it on every one. For the diagonal one, you kind of want to flip a little bit earlier, because and you want to hold power slide at the end. So when you're going to the end, you want to hold power slide, and you'll just go straight into the ball. And yeah, that's pretty much the speed flip. I'm not sure what else I could add to this. There's a lot of Musty's video. Would definitely recommend watching that, or just his channel is also really good. He's a really good ones player. Would definitely recommend watching his videos. Yeah, that's pretty much the speed flip kickoff. So that's that. After Champion, you generally just want to become consistent in your speed flips, and even using the diagonal kickoff is useful from time to time. Also, at levels around mid-platinum and above, you can sprinkle in some fake kickoffs, which are not just sitting in net, but making it look like you're going for the ball but having the opponent hit the ball straight to you. Scrub Killer does this kickoff really well, and I would recommend his series going on right now, Road to Rank 1 and 1v1, as he is a high level 1s player and it is always important to watch high level play. Please note that the fake kickoff is a risky move and can end up with you getting scored on if done incorrectly. Now, we're going to go over how to properly hit the ball on the kickoff. This is done incorrectly so many times without people even knowing, which can cause goals to be scored on them even if they do have a quick kickoff. So now I'm going to go over how to do a 50. kind of difficult to explain in free play, so I'm probably going to go into a replay in a bit, explaining how the 50 worked. So, for example, okay, so say I'm the opponent. I'm coming in on the kickoff. I'm a little bit too far to the right. It's probably going to go out to the left. So, on our side, it's going to go out to the right. So what you want to do is come from the left side and flip to the right. Like do it like a right side flip. Like, you'll go to the ball and then you'll flip like right. How this works is basically it'll so they'll pretty much just hit the ball into you, and you will just get a bunch of touches on the ball, and it'll be pretty easy to work after that. Problem that I see a bunch is in kickoffs is landing like too close to the ball, but like flipping too late. I myself do this a lot, but like you just gotta like, if you're using the diagonal flip, you just gotta flip early. Like, you gotta read that quickly, not wait until you're right at the ball to flip, because otherwise you don't actually flip into the ball. You just pop it up and use your flip, and it does nothing. Like I just showed there. I'll show an example of this in an actual game. Alright, so there, I'm just gonna go a bit slower here. As I am going towards the ball, I try as you can see in my player view. Oops, sorry. I am trying to get around the ball and see what side he's on. Now, I'm a little bit to the left, but his name tag is pretty much solid on the ball, so I can say he's probably on the same side that I am. So what I do next is I flip towards the ball, towards the other side. He has a really slow kickoff here. And I hit it, he hits it, and then I hit it again, and it goes out to the side. Which is good, but I do get put into a pretty bad position from that. I'll try finding another one that has a good example of this. Okay, so in this one, I'll slow that down. So so in this one, I do a side flip, because I mess up the speed flip. Basically, I see he, again, is too far to the left, and so I come in from the left side, and I flip that way, and as you can see, my car is positioned that it pops out towards the right. It's good positioning that's good position for me. If I didn't go far up the field, I probably would have had a good shot on net, but I just went quite far up the field and that didn't really work. Right now I'm just gonna go to another replay. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at this guy's kickoff and see what he does wrong here. So he just boosts straight at the ball and flips. Again, what I said not to do. This is because I have much faster kickoff and I'll get to the ball sooner. Like, again, a side flip, but I can serve some boost. I see he's a little bit to the left, as you can see by the name tag, so I flip to the right. It ends up pretty good. He just got back quicker, so I couldn't really do much. Get it in your head that you want to come from the same side they are and flip to the opposite side. It's kind of hard to get down at first, but after a little bit it's a lot easier. I'm just gonna end this section here, and we're gonna go into what to do after a kickoff. The way you want to improve on these kickoffs is just go into free play without unlimited boost and do the kickoff. After this, you want to follow up the ball as quick as you can for a shot. After you miss or get the goal, reset the ball and go again. Do this until you consistently get the goals easily, even though you're going at a high speed. Another way to practice this is useful if you have a friend who is also looking to improve their kickoffs and their overall game. I remember exactly where I got this drill from. I'm sure someone in the comments will know though. To do this, you go into a private match with a friend and go for the kickoff. Whoever wins the kickoff gets a free goal. This is good because you will have a long time to practice as the timer pauses on every single goal. I'm going to make a list of outcomes for a kickoff, and I'll go over each of them individually and tell you a good strategy to hopefully get a goal. Keep in mind that these are kind of general and will vary from time to time. So, the 4 situations are winning the kickoff and you go towards the ball, winning the kickoff, you go away from the ball, losing the kickoff, you go towards the ball, and losing the kickoff, but you go away from the ball. For the first situation, which is winning the kickoff and going towards the ball, which is the best outcome, you want to watch what the opponent does. If they go for mid or back corner boost, hit the ball towards their net to get an easy goal. But if they start to shadow, dribble the ball and either go for a fake or flick it over them. For the second situation, which is winning the kickoff but you go away from the ball, you want to grab middle boost and read the opponent. If they're going for their back boost, you want to rush the ball. If they're dribbling it, depending on which side you're on, you either want to go back post or shadow their dribble. For the third situation, which is losing the kickoff but you go towards the ball, you want to grab a route of mini pads so you can shatter the opponent's head. If they go for middle boost, go for a dribble or clear it so you can gather more boost to keep up with this plays. If they go for the ball, shadow on the ball and save it when they take a shot. For the fourth situation, which is losing the kickoff and going away from the ball, you want to try and recover as quickly as possible by grabbing small boost pads and trying to get back so you can make a save. This kickoff is quite difficult to recover from because the opponent has a really good kickoff and will usually get this goal. But this situation can generally be prevented by just having a quicker kickoff and a good 50. So in conclusion from these, you probably just want to play it more safe because there are a lot of things that can get you scored on. If you like this video, scroll down your page and hit the like button, and also hit the subscribe and notification buttons if you would like to stay updated with this series. 95% of you aren't subscribed already. On the screen you'll see the introduction to this series, which I recommend for you to watch if you haven't already, as it goes over how the series is going to go, and the videos I'll be putting out in the future. That's all for today, thanks for watching, and keep improving.